I'm home. First things first, thank you everyone who supported me during all this. And I'm going to explain everything that I know to the best of my ability. It feels really good to be home. You have no idea. To go from puking and, excrementing blood out the other end to being home in 5 days is pretty good. I'm going to tell you exactly what took place and why all of this happened. It had nothing to do with pancreatitis. However, a lot of it was personal choices, and I'm going to explain that to the best of my ability. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone for being super supportive. The fundraisers were amazing, guys. And it really actually, it didn't, okay. I get so cramped up when I do these things. It helped me definitely pay my copay for the hospital. As soon as I got out, I was able to do a little shopping for myself. I was out 5 days of work, and I'm still going to be out another 3, which is crazy to say the least, because this is like the worst time to be not having work, but I have got to let my body just take a break, which brings me to what happened. But first, like I said, thank you everyone, Captain Cook, Drone Network, Crystal, Chris, E-Drone, everyone, Ray, dude, if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. I got all the donations, I got everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you. It definitely helped me get right back into the flow of things and solve some issues that were going to haunt me as soon as I got out of the hospital, which I don't have to really stress right now because of you guys, so thank you very much. So what happened? How's an easy way to put this? I have what's called portal hypertension, which is new to me. I didn't even know what that was. Basically, there's in your liver, which is located down here, there are veins called portal veins that run all the way through the liver area, and apparently, through not sleeping properly, stressing too much, anxiety, and being severely dehydrated, caused my liver and my portal veins to get completely upset with me, to the point where they were full of blood and they weren't processing food very well, and my body was starting to shut down. I got really weak. I couldn't figure out why I was having, I forget what they call that, hot flashes. I was sweating when I shouldn't be sweating, and I was just, my body was shutting down. So anyways, I went to take a shower, and I'm like, man, maybe I just need to take a shower. I feel like death right now. I went to take a shower, and all of a sudden, man, I got really nauseous, and I puked, and I looked down, and it was all red, and there was red chunks in it, and I'm like, holy mackerel, that's blood. That's not anything I ate. Wow, that is a lot of blood. So, obviously, I did the next smart thing. I woke up who needed to be woke up, and I asked for a ride to the hospital. Mom was more than obliged to get me to the hospital, obviously worried. Shot me to the hospital. I got there. I talked to them. They were like, oh, you're just dehydrated. It's nothing more than that. You're just dehydrated. Go home. So, give me one sec. So they're telling me I'm just dehydrated, I need to go. I just get out of here. They gave me a basic checkup and look over, and this was an ER, by the way, at Florida Hospital. And man, I got home and I was like, God, I still feel like crap. By the way, I slept in the waiting room for 6 hours. I got there at like, I don't know, it was like 2 a.m. or something like that. It was like 1:30, 2 a.m. The wait time to get anywhere close to the back half of the ER, or to even be seen in the ER, was 6.5 hours. I didn't get to see a doctor until like 7-something, 6:30, 7 a.m. I slept bleeding with problems in the waiting room the whole time, waiting for them to call me after triage for the ER checkup. That was crazy. So anyways, they put me in a room for about an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. And they finally come in and they go, oh, well, okay, you're just dehydrated. Just drink some Gatorade, go home, just take it really easy, you're good to go. And I was like, you sure? I'm puking blood and, it's coming out the other half. And she was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So I went home, right? I got discharged. I got home, I slept most of the day, and yeah, I was told to take it really easy. So I came home, I slept, whatever. I was told to take it really easy, so I didn't. So anyways, the next day rolls around, right? Or that night rolls around, and boom. I mean, I just completely crapped out. Blood. It was really bad. Like, I mean, it was just a toilet full of maroon blood, and it just looked horrible. And I was like, there is no way that it's just dehydration. So I ended up going back to the ER. We called Dr. Davis in the morning, and I showed my mom what was on the toilet. She was like, ooh. So Dr. Davis immediately, who's my regular doctor, Dr. Davis was like, yo, you need to go back to ER immediately. Immediately go back to ER. And I was like, okay. So we shot back to ER. We got immediately seen through triage and all that. And then I was moved into a room in ER, and I had to sit in this room for 10 hours while they tried to free up a room upstairs for me to be able to actually be admitted to the hospital. So for 10 hours, I'm just bleeding. My hemoglobin is getting lower. I'm just in really bad shape at this point. Okay, I'm like really bad shape. I'm just profusely bleeding, and I don't know why. Internally, something's wrong, and they're not doing what is necessary to take care of me. Finally, they give me a room upstairs. Holy crap, man! Did this go on forever? I finally get up there, and then they're like, oh, you can't eat or drink anything. I'm like, don't you stress. I haven't had solid food since Monday. So for the next 2 days, 3 days, all I did was test after test. No eating, no drinking, nothing. Starving me, just testing. And then today, they finally cleared me for clear liquids. This morning, they cleared me, so I was able to start drinking liquids. And then I went down and I had an ultrasound done. We did a couple CT scans. We had an endoscopy through the mouth. Like, I had a ton of work done just to find out what was going on. And then they found out that it was up here by my top end of my liver in my portal hypertension area. And it was profusely bleeding and really infected and just not having a good time. My hemoglobin was extremely low, to the point where they thought they were going to have to give me a blood transfusion if it dropped below 7. I was at 8.1 or something. If I had gotten down to the 7s, they would have immediately started a blood transfusion. So, as you can see, this progressively turned into a really bad situation. And the hospital was just not making things easy for me, man. They were making this extremely hard to get seen, to get through. It was the roughest hospital visit I've ever had. It didn't get smooth until today. Today, when I got released, was the smoothest day I've ever had at the hospital up until that point. Everything beyond that point was not smooth. It was very not well handled. The situation was not well listened to. It's like they didn't believe me or something when I was telling them these things, So I got denied the first time and sent home telling me I was dehydrated. The second time, my doctor had to call him to tell him to admit me because there was obviously something wrong. And then come to find out there was something very wrong. Yeah, I almost died and my liver almost failed. Okay, obviously there was a problem. So I'm probably going to have a bit of a fight right now at the hospital because I'm not sure I'm exactly happy with how things were handled. But that's for another day. As of right now, I'm home. They did an ultrasound. The bleeding has finally stopped. I need to be on very soft liquids. It's basically my body telling me I stressed too much. I overworked myself. I was extremely dehydrated and I wasn't sleeping properly. This is what caused it. So all these fun, constant videos that you were seeing DW doing was actually taking a major toll on my life and how I was doing things. All that stress you guys kept seeing me go through, it added up, man. I told you, I was just like, man, I feel so stressed out, I gotta take a break. And then I couldn't take a break because I was worried about the YouTube numbers and keeping the algorithm alive. And honestly, my health isn't worth it. My health isn't worth it, which is why 2 weeks ago I said, you know what, I'm just done with the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. I'm just going to make content because I want to. Apparently it was a little too late. I waited too long to make these decisions for myself, and my body decided it was going to fight back, and I paid the price. I'm hoping that nothing else comes of this. Smooth ride from here. Like I said, I'm taking a couple more days off. We're going to just try to get my body back into shape. We're gonna try to lose weight. I quit smoking. I quit drinking altogether. All these things are out of my life now. Like, I am just trying to go for the straightest path to being healthy and being a happy person again that I possibly can. So I wanted to thank all of you for all of the help you gave me, because Captain Cook is right. So is E-Drone. So is JoJo. I'm a proud person. I don't like to ask for help. I never really have. I'm not somebody who will ask for help either. So, honestly, if Captain hadn't, like, I know he says he didn't twist my arm. It felt like he did, alright? So, I allowed it. I said, alright, man, you know, God, the best feeling I can have is to walk out of a hospital without having to, like, worry about a ton of financial issues. So why not? Let's give it a shot. I've done it for people in the past. Maybe it's my turn. Karma comes around. Who knows? So I let him do it, and it kind of expanded, and you guys ended up making, like, $330, you guys raked in. And it was so amazing to be able to pay my copay, get out of the hospital, purchase groceries, not have to stress about the small things. Like, it felt amazing. So I want to thank everybody for being super cool through all of this and being extremely supportive through this entire situation of me trying to build my life back up to a point where I'm a happy guy again and I'm doing happy things and I can be a happy person like I used to be. That's what this is all about, man. That's what this is all about. So, major thank you to all of you. I'm going to take a few days off. I'm going to move in with the girlfriend now. My car situation's figured out. I got a couple days to get things taken care of, stress-free, without having to worry about going to work or doing this or doing that. I'm going to take advantage of it while I got it. I'm going to do what's necessary to progressively move my life forward. So, thank you to everyone that was extremely supportive. You guys are amazing. Drone Worship, and I'm out. Tutor.